Can we take somebody from here? Yes, my friend.
Good evening, Mr. President, and good evening, Kenyans. My name is Vincent Kabisai. I come from somewhere called Nyalenda, Kisumu East. I have a few questions. First of all, Mr. President, allow me to ask what the government's plans for Harambee Stars when it comes to 2027 AFCON, being that some stadia are still not completed. Secondly, Mr. President, still talking about the Harambee Stars, will we be having a new coach, a local coach, or a coach of an international coach, say MOURINHO? Mr. President, besides the infrastructure, which is good for national development, we have something called national discipline. The other day at Lower Kabete, I saw the engagement that you had with the county commissioners, and it was impressive. It's a step in the right direction, if at all we are to move forward as a country, because there are a lot of repeals that have been done when it comes to the national administration. So, Mr. President, let me talk about the police. You go to the police station, and nowadays, some police stations have turned to become shops. You go to the police station and you are asked to pay, say, 1,000 shillings just to lodge a complaint. It is a grave concern. It is something that I've witnessed, and I think that should not happen. My suggestion is that in the very spirit of having ICT hubs, these police stations should have Wi-Fis, and they should have CCTVs. They should have CCTVs, Mr. President. I think that is also a step in the right direction. Talking about water, I know this is it is a devolved function, but water is being regulated by WASREB up there. Lake Victoria is just around the corner. And yet, the tariff that Kisumu is using has been repealed. The tariff was revised in 2002 on an incremental tariff. For the first 6 units, you realize that Kisumu residents have to pay 83 shillings per cubic meter. For the next 14 units, that is 6 up to a consumption of 20, they have to pay 121 shillings per cubic meter. And then from 21 up to 50, they have to pay, it's incremental. Previously, Mr. President, we used to pay better rates. So the residents are asking, why should they pay so much for water, and yet Lake Victoria is just here around the corner, especially people from low-income settlements such as Nyalenda, Obunga, and Manyata?
Thank you very much.
Last but not least.
No, because we are so
okay,
many.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let me take one more from this side.
Thank you, Mr. President. It is a great honor to stand in front of you today. I think I will be the youngest person speaking after every other speaker. I'm Omolo Victor Otieno from Maseno University. I'm a former president and I'm also University Student Organization Academic Secretary. Mr. President, I want to bring my issue in the line of teachers. Currently, we are seeing a lot of things going on in the teachers sector. Mr. President, I know teachers in here may not want to tell you, but earning as low as 17,000 shillings do not really dignify the work that they are doing, because, Mr. President, teachers are the reason as to why we are all sitting here today. Again, Mr. President, I was very keen in your speech. You mentioned that teachers have been hired, 20,000 this year and 56,000 last year. My question is, have they been confirmed that they are really working, the ones who have been hired. Mr. President, going away from the issue of teachers, as I finish, as a young person from the university students have been crying day and night about the issue of democracy in this nation. Mr. President, when we decide to promote democracy from all institutions, from all angles, we should consider universities too. The kind of electoral process that is in the university is alarming. We disregard the delegate system, and Mr. President, we request, these are a special request from the comrades of this great nation, that you may bring us back to the mass voting system, Mr. President, so that we elect leaders that we can really count in. Mr. President, thank you so much. As I am the young person, I know that you are looking for jobs for young people, the Gen Zs. I'm one of them, Mr. President. I will appreciate your chance.
Asante sana, Victor. Which way are we going?
Thank you very much for this opportunity. My name is Yvonne Awuor-Ogola. I am an advocate of the High Court of Kenya, practicing in Kisumu. Your Excellency, my question to you this evening is on the health sector. Your Excellency, as you are aware, there is a monster that has crept in. Cancer and diabetes are killing us. And nowadays, diabetes is not even for only the old people, even the young people. Yesterday, I was reading about a 10-year-old who died of diabetes. Your Excellency, NHIF is not helping. The medication is very expensive. What plans do you have for us so that the victims of these diseases can get quality and affordable medication?
Thank you very much, Madam Yvonne. Let's take one from here. I don't know. Maybe this gentleman here, right here in front.
Thank you, Excellency. My name is Richard Ogendo, Secretary General, Kenya Sugarcane Growers Association. Richard Ogendo. Two questions. As I heard you in your opening statement, as you're enumerating about the infrastructure on fishing, what I didn't hear is what we are doing to the fish farmers. Fish farmers, you're building the fishing infrastructure, the landing bays, and everything around it. And yet where we stand here, this mall is owned by Lake Basin. Less than 3 kilometers away, they have a fingerling development site. Could your government consider giving the fish farmers loans and grants so that as they wait for the Kabonyo site to be operational, then they can enjoy the facilities that Lake Basin has to offer? My second question goes to in the sugar sector. This region is known for its vibrant sugar sector. Unfortunately, over the years, this has been neglected. Your government was good enough to give us subsidized fertilizer. Then God was also good enough to give us more rains. So we produced more cane. We have ended up with a problem of surplus, which is also in rice. So in terms of policy interventions, what is your government doing to cushion farmers? That is one. That is for sugar and rice. Number three, sorry. When you were the Minister for Agriculture, you initiated the quality-based payment system, the cane testing units, which your government has spent billions on it. And every time regulations want to be put in place, there are people who run to court. Now this denies farmers their livelihoods. What is your government putting in place again in terms of policy to make sure that the regulations are published, number one, and that the CTUs, the cane testing units, begin operation immediately so that farmers, sugarcane farmers, can benefit from them? Thank you, Your Excellency.
Thank you very much.